So one mistake that I wish I avoided in terms of creating video content is overcomplicating the videos that I make. Fortunately, when I started doing all these podcasts and things like that and chopping them up, I found a lot of success quickly because I was doing things in a way that a lot of people weren't really doing. You kind of see some of that stuff at a national level, but I wasn't really seeing much of it being done at businesses because it was pretty complex and kind of expensive to pull off. But when I pulled these things out, I was getting good results. I was getting good feedback. People were seeing lots of it. I was getting thousands and thousands of views on each video, and it was awesome. But one thing that I unfortunately did was I started to say, okay, I need to step this up a lot, and now I got to make this more complicated. And so I ended up making the whole process a lot more complex. I ended up making the process where I had to have much more things scripted. I had to put together these shots, think of other things that I'd talk about. I had to look at the camera and come up with all these ideas of how I would say certain things. And I don't really like the way that this sounded. And you'd spend all this time filming, and then you go back and you don't even like what it looks like because I don't know about you. I'm a business owner. I'm not Steven Spielberg. I'm not James Cameron. I don't know how to make this whole cinematic experience by myself when I want to just tell you about how I can help your business. And this is something that I kind of, you step on it in a way. So I started making all these other videos and they just didn't really perform as well. And one thing that we went back to that's always been an underlying thread with this is we started simplifying the process. So we did this last week. I sat down with Ty. We went through, he asked me a bunch of questions. I answered them. And with a single camera, microphone, so it sounds good. We're in the studio, everything looks good. But he was able to go through, take that whole interview and chop that up into within a day. I think we got 12 videos from that, something like that. So we just kept it simple. And one thing I noticed is as we started putting those out, our numbers started going back up. And for me, it was a lot less stressful. It was a lot less thinking on the fly. What should I write about? What should I say? What should I talk about? It was easy. I could talk to what I knew and he could take that and pull that out and edit it. And so that's what we're literally going to go do after I jump off this live. We're going to go and record a bunch of these videos. I'll just give you some examples on the things that we're going to be talking about, but I'm going to make some videos like this. Here are some mistakes that I wish I avoided. I'm going to talk about our marketing plan for the next season of the business podcast. I'm going to share some insights on how to come up with video ideas. Talk about things that we got right at the beginning. Talk about how we pulled off a certain thing, like getting 40,000 views on our YouTube shorts. Here's how our customer got 24,000 views. I'm able to talk about these things relatively easy without too much prep because I've done it. I've lived it. I have this in me, and it's not a complex thing to do. We don't have multiple shots. We don't have drones. And so, although I was hesitant to go back to this because I thought that maybe people wanted all these different things that you need to have everything like a drone shot, and then I can go off a jump on a motorcycle and have pyrotechnics. It's not that important. People want to know what the message is. And somebody told me this recently. His name's Travis Brown. He said that virality comes from predictability, not from creativity. And so as long as you're delivering something that people understand what you're going to deliver, and they show up consistently and you stay true to that, you'll start building a following. Now, as a creative person or somebody who worries like, oh, maybe I'll annoy people or it'll be too repetitive. That's something that I had to wrestle with. But what I'm realizing is, no, that's just kind of the way I want it to be. How it really works is that people like consistency. They like seeing those same things. So if you can deliver that to them and give them value, that's huge. And it's hard for me to get over, but I'm doing it. And actually I'm finding my life is a lot easier because the videos are already recorded 2 weeks ago. I have it in Trello. We pull it, we write the post. I can put that on Instagram. We could put that on YouTube, and we could put it on LinkedIn. And it's really simple and it's really easy for me to do. So that's all I'll say here is, if you're somebody that's looking to make videos for your business, one thing that you should try to avoid, especially if you're not making videos now, is to make it too complex at the beginning, because you'll never keep doing it. You'll give up right away because it sucks. It's a pain in the ass. And when you spend a lot of time making these videos, especially early on, not many people are going to see them. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to not want to do it. So that's my advice. It's my long-winded way of saying, keep it simple. I've already made that mistake. If you find success, you will make that mistake too, but that means you're on the path to success. Just try to remember this and keep it simple. Otherwise, if you have questions, please reach out. Happy to help. We're putting out this video, or this marketing manager's guide to video content. That's coming out soon. So I'll announce that here shortly. You can go and download it. I want your business info, and I want your email and phone number, all that stuff for it. This took me a while to make, and I'm kind of giving you the keys to the kingdom here. So, yeah, I think it's a fair trade, but you'll have to decide that. Cool. All right. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate